Welcome back to Poorly Educated Today in the News, where everything feels like it's duct taped together and somehow still on fire at the same time, like your uncle's grill at a 4th of July cookout that definitely should not still be standing. Now, I don't know what kind of week y'all had, but apparently the country decided to spin the wheel of chaos and just pick every option at once. We got geopolitical tension, domestic disasters, economic panic, and folks acting like common sense is on back order. So go ahead and settle in, because today's news ain't just a mess. It's a full-blown yard sale of problems with no price tags and a raccoon running the register. Segment 1. Dinner and a disaster nobody ordered. Now we gotta start with this situation at that fancy Washington dinner, where you got politicians, celebrities, and journalists all packed together like sardines at a buffet nobody trusts. And somehow, a guy just walks in armed like he's prepping for the apocalypse, and suddenly the whole place turns into duck and cover like it's a tornado drill in a trailer park. I mean, you ever hear something loud and think it's just someone dropping a pan, and then realize, oh no, that's actual danger? That's exactly what happened. And that's terrifying in a way that hits different when you realize how close things got. Now here's the part that really sticks in your craw. All that security, all them checkpoints, all them suits with earpieces, and the guy still got close enough to cause chaos. That's like locking your front door, but leaving the back door wide open with a welcome mat that says, "Try me." And yeah, the Secret Service did their job once things popped off, no doubt. But the fact he got that far? That's the kind of oversight that makes people wonder if the system's held together with paperclips and optimism. It's like fixing a leaky roof by putting a bucket under it and calling it innovation. Segment 2. War, gas, and wallets crying. Now let's talk about the big ol' elephant stomping through everybody's bank account. This whole overseas conflict that's got gas prices climbing like they're training for a marathon nobody asked for. You ever notice how fast gas prices go up compared to how slow they come down? That ain't inflation. That's a one-way escalator straight to, guess I'm walking now. And folks are feeling it, because when filling up your truck starts feeling like applying for a small business loan, something's gone sideways. But here's the thing underneath all the jokes. People are connecting the dots. They see the war, they see the prices, and they're not buying the idea that it's all just coincidence. It's like when your fridge is empty, but somebody keeps saying, "Don't worry, the economy's doing great." Great for who, exactly? Because out here, folks are budgeting like they're on a game show where the prize is, you get to keep your lights on this month. And that kind of pressure? That's the kind that makes everything else feel 10 times worse. Segment 3. Everything's breaking at once. Meanwhile, back home, it ain't like things are calm and peaceful. We got violence popping off, storms tearing through towns, fires burning acres like it's a competition, and somehow it all just blends into one big headline of what now? It's like the country decided to run every disaster at once just to see what sticks. And I swear, every time you turn on the news, it's another story that makes you go, well, that can't be good. Followed immediately by, yep, that's worse. And here's the grounded truth hiding under all that chaos. People are getting numb to it. When everything feels like an emergency, nothing feels like it gets fixed. It's like hearing your smoke alarm go off so often you start ignoring it, even though deep down you know one of these times it's not just burnt toast. That's where we're at. Folks overwhelmed, systems stretched thin, and everybody just trying to get through the day without adding "survive a disaster" to their to-do list. Segment 4. Tech giants and pink slips. Now let's mosey on over to the tech world, where companies that used to act like they were printing money are suddenly handing out layoffs like Halloween candy. You got thousands of people losing jobs while the same companies are talking about investing billions into AI like it's the new golden calf. And I'm sitting here thinking, so the robots got a hiring spree but humans got a going out of business sale? That's a wild pivot. And sure, technology changes, industries shift. That's nothing new. But the speed of it? That's what's got folks uneasy. It's like switching from a bicycle to a rocket ship without telling the rider there's no brakes. Underneath the jokes, there's a real concern here. People are wondering if the future's being built for them or around them. And when your job can disappear faster than a plate at a family reunion, you start looking at all that progress a little sideways. Segment 5. Health problems from the past. Showing up again. And just when you think that's enough, here comes the health situation, where diseases we thought got kicked out years ago are suddenly making a comeback tour like a band nobody wanted to hear from again. Measles cases climbing, other illnesses popping up. It's like the past said, "Y'all thought you were done with me? And I don't care how tough you think you are. Nobody wants to be dealing with problems we already solved once." Now, the deeper issue here ain't just the diseases. It's what it says about the system. When prevention starts slipping, when trust breaks down, when people stop following the playbook that kept things under control, that's when cracks start showing. It's like skipping oil changes in your truck. Sure, it runs fine for a while, but eventually something's gonna give, and it ain't gonna be cheap or easy to fix. And right now, it feels like we're hearing that engine knock. Segment 6. Everything feels out of control. So when you step back and look at all this, the violence, the war, the economy, the disasters, the layoffs, the health scares, it starts to paint a picture that ain't exactly comforting. People saying the country feels out of control. That ain't coming from nowhere. That's coming from stacking problem on top of problem until it feels like you're trying to carry a load that keeps getting heavier while someone else keeps adding bricks. And yeah, there's always been tough times, always been chaos in different forms. But this right here feels like everything happening at once with no pause button. It's like trying to fix a flat tire while the car's still moving. And not slowly. I mean highway speed, with the radio blasting bad news on repeat. The punchline, if there is one, is that folks are still waking up, still going to work, still trying to make sense of it all. And honestly, that might be the most impressive thing in this whole mess. In conclusion, today's news ain't just one story. It's a whole pile of them crashing into each other like shopping carts in a windy parking lot. You got systems being tested, people feeling squeezed, and a whole lot of uncertainty about what comes next. But if there's one thing you can count on, it's that tomorrow's probably going to bring another round of "you gotta be kidding me." So keep your head up, keep your sense of humor sharp, and maybe keep a little extra patience on hand. Because we're all going to need it.